If this notebook is found, please send it to Anna Muller, Kirchenstrasse 47, Munich, Germany. My hands were shaking when I wrote the address. If the letters look uneven, it is because they are. First page bottom. Mother, I don't know if you will ever read this. I don't know if anyone will ever read this. But if I don't write, I feel myself fading like breath in cold air. Forgetting might be worse than remembering. Remembering hurts, but forgetting feels like disappearing while still alive. I hope you never read this. But if you do, I'm sorry. October 8, 1942. Today was my first real day here. I have worn the uniform for months, marched, trained, obeyed, but today I understood what this place actually is. We walked for hours this morning. Frozen ground, hard as iron. My feet went numb long before we stopped. I couldn't feel my toes, only pressure where they should have been. Trees. Snow. More trees. More snow. The world feels unfinished here. As if color was abandoned halfway through creation. George walked beside me. Farmer from Cologne. Big hands, cracked skin, always laughing. He jokes about everything: food, cold, officers, fate itself. I used to laugh like that too. I don't think I will again. I cannot write what happened today. Not yet. Maybe never. But something inside me moved, like a door opening into darkness. October 9, 1942. I woke up and vomited. Nothing came out but water and bitterness. The body tries to reject what the mind cannot hold. Franz asked if I was sick. I said no. He watched me for a long time, the way people look at something fragile they are afraid to touch. 3 months ago I studied medicine. I wanted to save lives. I believed suffering was something to fight against. Now I stand in places where suffering is arranged. Organized. Scheduled. Hauptmann Brecker spoke today. Duty. Order. History. Necessity. He spoke calmly. Politely. That frightened me more than shouting would have. October 11, 1942. Today we passed 3 graves. Not beside a church. Not near a road. Just, in the middle of nowhere. 3 low shapes under frozen soil. No crosses. No names. No stones. One of them had a boot half buried in the snow beside it. No body. Just the boot. I kept staring at it. Did they run out of time, or out of care? George had to pull my arm to make me keep walking. All day I have thought about those graves. No one visits them. No one knows they exist. No one will speak the names of whoever lies beneath them. I keep asking myself, will I end like that frozen ground? No marker. No witness. Will you know, Mother, or will I become a question that never finds an answer? October 13, 1942. Today we entered another village. Brecker spoke through a megaphone, calm, measured, almost courteous. The people stood very still. One woman looked directly at me. Not at the officer, not at the rifles. At me. I turned away. That moment has not left me. Today I realized something terrible. I was more afraid of being punished for disobeying, than of what was happening in front of me. That was the moment I understood something inside me had shifted. Fear did not make me resist. Fear made me still. October 15, 1942. Franz is dead. He shot himself behind the supply tent. We found him at dawn. Snow already settling into the folds of his coat. He left a note. Most of it dissolved by moisture. Only one line survived, "I can't carry it anymore." We buried him quickly. Shallow earth. No marker. I watched the snow fall into the hollow where his body had been lowered. It filled the space as if nothing had ever been there. Nature erases gently. Without judgment. October 17, 1942. Something is happening to us. Not suddenly. Not violently. Quietly. At first we shake. Then we stop shaking. At first we feel horror. Then we feel exhaustion. Then we feel nothing. The absence of reaction is more frightening than the reaction ever was. Dieter talks in his sleep now. I didn't do it, I was just standing there. But standing there is part of it. We all know that. October 19, 1942. George shot himself this morning. He made his bed before he did it. Folded the blanket neatly. Placed his boots side by side. He used to laugh at everything. Now there is no laughter left in the world. October 21, 1942. Mother, I am not the son you raised. You taught me kindness, patience, responsibility. But here every choice is wrong. Every silence is guilt. Every action is damage. You once told me, you always have a choice. I chose to remain standing. I do not know what that makes me. October 24, 1942. I dream of those 3 graves again and again. I imagine someone walking past them years from now, never knowing who lies beneath. I imagine that being me. I do not fear death as much as I fear vanishing without trace. October 30, 1942. Peter no longer writes letters home. He still holds the pen. He just cannot decide which truths can survive ink. November 2, 1942. Snow fell again. Everything looks clean. But I know what lies under snow. Snow does not purify. It only hides. November 8, 1942. I do not sleep. Faces remain when my eyes close. Sounds remain when silence falls. The worst sound is not gunfire. It is what comes after. Emptiness has a sound. November 12, 1942. I am writing this to remember that I was once a person. I had a name. A mother. A home. Dreams. If I forget those things, then I am already buried. November 15, 1942. Writing is the only proof I still exist. If I stop, I become like those graves. Unmarked. Last entry, no date. If you are reading this, someone found it? That means I am gone. Or lost. Or changed beyond recognition. Mother, I tried. I tried to remain human. But sometimes survival demands silence. And silence reshapes a person. If no one writes what happened, the world becomes clean again. Like fresh snow. And it was never clean. Never. Karl Muller, 1918. I was a person once. There is no place where that person is buried. Archival note. This notebook was found years after the war inside a rusted ammunition box buried beneath collapsed earth at the edge of a forest road no longer marked on maps. No human remains were discovered nearby. No identification tags. No uniform fragments. No grave. Only the notebook. The fate of the soldier remains unknown.